सुनिए जी, डॉक्टर ने है ना मेरी ब्लड प्रेशर और डायबिटीज़ की दवाइयाँ चेंज कर दी हैं। पेंशन के पैसे से घर की खर्च निकालने के बाद दवाइयों के लिए इस महंगाई के वक्त में कैसे हम दवाइयों के खर्चे से इतना डर लगता है कि शायद हमने जीना ही नहीं चाहिए।
ऐसा नहीं बोलते। देखो, मैं मानता हूँ हालात ठीक नहीं है, मेरी पेंशन से घर का खर्च नहीं चल रहा है, मेरे को ना अपने दोस्तों से उधार लेना पड़ रहा है। अब देखो, बेटे ने भी अपनी सारी सेविंग्स हमारे इलाज पे लगा दी, और तो और इस महामारी में बेचारी की जॉब भी चली गई, कैसे संभालेगा? तकलीफ होती है, बहुत तकलीफ होती है ये दवाइयों के सामने ना अपनी लाचारी को देखकर। लेकिन तुम ना देखो, हिम्मत नहीं हारना। हाँ, वो कहते हैं ना, उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है। हाँ, सब ठीक हो जाएगा। हाँ, सब ठीक हो जाएगा। तुम हिम्मत नहीं हारना प्लीज।
अंकल और आंटी दुखी नजर आ रहे हैं।
वो आंटी शायद रो भी रही है।
हाँ,
देखी चल के।
चल देखते।
क्या हुआ आंटी, आप रो क्यों रही हो?
क्या हम आपकी कोई मदद कर सकते हैं?
क्या बताए बेटा, ये रोज रोज की जरूरतमंद महंगी दवाइयों ने जीना मुश्किल कर रखा है।
पर वो दिन तो गए। अब तो मैं मेरी मम्मी की डायबिटीज की दवाई भी
जेनरिक आधार से लेता हूँ, जो कम और किफायती दामों में मिल जाती है।
और उनके फ्रेंचाइजी स्टोर हर जगह खुले हुए हैं।
अरे तुम भी तो लेती हो?
हाँ, मैं भी मेरे दादा दादी के लिए जेनरिक आधार स्टोर से ही दवाइयाँ लेती हूँ। वहाँ सस्ती दवाइयाँ मिलती है।
हाँ, और मैं भी अपने दादाजी के लिए दवाइयाँ वहीं से लेती हूँ। जेनरिक आधार एक ऐसा मेडिकल स्टोर है जो बड़े सेवा भाव के साथ डायरेक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरर से दवाइयाँ बड़े ही किफ़ायती दामों में लोगों तक पहुँचाता है। और जो दवाइयाँ हैं उसका केवल ब्रांड नेम नहीं देखना चाहिए, उसका सॉल्ट नेम देखना चाहिए।
आपको मैं प्लीज जेनरिक मेडिकल आधार स्टोर में ले चलेंगे? हाँ प्लीज।
चलिए, अभी ले चलते हैं आपको, यही नजदीक के जेनरिक आधार मेडिकल स्टोर में।
अंकल आंटी, ये जेनरिक आधार स्टोर अर्जुन देशपांडे, इन्होंने 16 साल की उम्र में चालू किया था।
नमस्ते, जेनरिक आधार में आपका स्वागत है। मैं आपका फार्मासिस्ट हूँ। बोलिए, आपसे क्या सेवा कर सकता हूँ?
ये दवाइयाँ मिलेंगी आपके पास?
हाँ, ये सब दवाइयाँ मिलेगी। इसमें डायबिटीज, बीपी, कोलेस्ट्रॉल, विटामिन, माइल्ड ट्रैंक्विलाइजर पिल्स सब लिखा हुआ है डॉक्टर। अब इसमें आंटी आपको ब्रांडेड चाहिए कि जेनरिक चाहिए? क्योंकि आप ब्रांडेड में जाएंगे तो काफ़ी महंगा। अगर आप जेनरिक आधार का ये लेते हैं मेडिसिन, तो आपको काफ़ी सस्ता पड़ेगा। रेट में भी काफ़ी फ़र्क पड़ जाएगा, क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस भी सेम आएगा। जैसे कभी आप रेगुलरली आप रेमोजन और ग्लूकोवे खाते हो, तो ग्लूकोवे आपका 160-170 रुपीज़ प्राइस है 10 टैबलेट का। यही अगर आप हमारे एक स्टोर से जेनरिक आधार की जो खुद की प्रोडक्ट है वो आप लेते हो, तो ये आपको 30-40 रुपीज़ तक पड़ेगा। और ये आपका महीने का बिल जो भी है अप्रोक्सीमेटली मैं बता रहा हूँ, आप कितना पे करते हैं हर महीना? 7,500 तक जाता है आपका, 8,000 के आसपास। अगर यही आप मेडिसिन हमारे आउटलेट से खरीदते हो जेनरिक आधार से, तो आपका नॉट मोर देन 2,500 to 2,700 के ऊपर नहीं जाएगा।
अरे हमारी तो 5,000 की बचत हुई है।
अभी अगला 2 महीने का दवाई का बिल के पास अभी से आपका जमा हो गया।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
Thank you so much.
नमस्ते, वेलकम एनी टाइम।
Generic Aadhaar starts with an idea. The biggest opportunity is to serve your country when it requires the most. The company established in February 2018. The first franchise store started in Thane, Mumbai, and then the company expanded all over in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Orissa. On 15th August, company opened its first warehouse, and now we are planning to open our warehouses in Pan-India to continue the supplies of generic medicines to generic Aadhaar stores. The wheels of generic Aadhaar completed its journey in major cities across India. When the pandemic hit and people started losing their jobs due to lockdown, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji proposed the idea of vocal mein local to the entrepreneurs of the country.
अपने लोकल के लिए वोकल बनना है.
To grab this opportunity for serving the nation, Generic Aadhaar provided its franchise to those people who wanted to create the business for themselves and jobs for others through medical stores. During pandemic, in just 4 months, Generic Aadhaar reached 100 plus cities across the nation. This success has been received under the leadership and vision of 18-year-old Arjun Deshpande. In 2017, Mr. Arjun Deshpande, when he was 15 years old, had figured out some big problems in the Indian medical health and care sector. 60% Indian population is not getting proper life-saving medicines. Most of the branded medicines are very costly and it is difficult for most Indians to afford regularly their treatments of severe diseases like cancer, AIDS, etc. Not having more buyers to the equally effective and WHO-approved generic medicines as their manufacturers are not capable to invest money in their branding and marketing. 80 to 90% of people of India are not aware of generic medicines. 10 lakh plus retailers are fighting to survive in a huge competition with online pharmacies and big malls medical hubs. And the solution is Generic Aadhaar, as we wish to every single medical store to grow in the market. In today's global market of pharmaceuticals, small medical stores are facing huge competition. We promise to our franchise holder that you should not be just another option for the customers, but you should be the first choice for them, and for this, Generic Aadhaar is here to support you and provide customers affordable quality generic medicines. Not only giving such a revolution in the pharmaceutical industry, but Generic Aadhaar is also devoting its service to the nation by organizing health camps and medical checkups every 15th August and 26th January in many cities across India.
Thank you so much, Generic Aadhaar.
When you start with a noble cause, you will get the noble hands to support and blessings for the continuation. The day was marked on the history, 7th May 2020. Generic Aadhaar, for its devotion to the nation, gets its reward and able to join the hands of the industrialist and most inspiring businessman of India, Mr. Ratan Tata sir. Sir Ratan Tata was impressed with Mr. Arjun Deshpande and praised his business model of Generic Aadhaar. That day, Mr. Arjun Deshpande met his inspiration, his idol Mr. Tata, for the very first time, and news forums, columns and magazines started talking about the milestones of Generic Aadhaar. The company started from one franchise store in Thane, turned into a medical store chain. Many other medical store chains are opening their luxury medical shops and sell costly branded medicines by having tie-ups with multi-city hospitals. But Generic Aadhaar has the opposite and has a better business model. Generic Aadhaar has never opened a single store on its own. Generic Aadhaar believes in the motto, "The business is for the people, by the people, to the people." For the franchisee, we have never asked for the commission from our medical store partners. Our single goal is to achieve maximum success by providing generic medicines to the citizens of India at the minimum cost. The success story of Generic Aadhaar has been covered by the mainstream media houses, and Mr. Arjun Deshpande has been invited by many youth forums, talk shows and many colleges to inspire the young entrepreneurs of India. Generic Aadhaar has also a vision to empower the women. That's why we wish to look forward and offer the women pharmacists to open generic Aadhaar outlet stores anywhere in India, wherever they want. Generic Aadhaar has come out as a job creator at the time of pandemic hit COVID-19, when people started losing their jobs in every sector. We provided jobs and business opportunities in more than 100 cities in Pan-India and have given our contribution to empowering the economy of the nation in a situation of crisis. Generic Aadhaar believes in who serves the nation has to be served. That's why, to show our utmost sense of respect for ex-defense service officers and families of martyrs, we offer them a special discount at every generic Aadhaar medical store across India. Generic medicines are equally effective, require similar dosages for the treatment. The only difference is in the rate because branded medicines spend lot of money in marketing, branding to compete in the market. Economic Times covered a story for the same. The Department of Pharmaceuticals has asked the All India Institute of Medical Sciences to examine the efficacy of unbranded generic medicines sold in the country in comparison to their branded versions. In developed countries, generics are those drugs that do not have patent protection and the inventor's rivals are free to copy them. In India, very few drugs are patent protected and almost all drugs are generic as per international parlance. However, Indian companies, big as well as small, have been selling these generic or off-patent drugs under their brand. Quality may not be linked to price. The study would help us put forward the fact that unbranded generic products can be as efficacious as other products. This overpricing has to be borne by the customer's pocket, which makes them sicker and feared at the duration of the treatment. Generic Aadhaar has come up to remove this sickness of overpricing and of having no fear among the people who are getting treatments. Generic Aadhaar is not here for the business. We are here for the social cause, for the people of India. Generic Aadhaar, हर घर के स्वास्थ्य का आधार
जेनेरिक आधार।